Easy now, my little chickens. Here we are, there we are, nicely, and a suck of an orange. So, what we're going to be looking at today is, or in this section at least, is we're going to be looking at the flame tests, okay? The flame tests. And this is to test different ions and identify them, okay? Now, firstly, you need to know how to carry out the test. So what you do is you take your wire, right? So this is your wire, and you dip it in some acid. Why do you do that? This is to get rid of any impurities already on your wire. So that's to get rid of those impurities. Then you burn the impurities off. You're going to burn the impurities, burn off the impurities. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your wire and you're going to dip it into the mystery sample. So you're going to dip it into your sample. Then once you've dipped it into your sample, once again you're going to set it to the flame, and it shall give off a unique color depending on what ion it is. And once you see the color, you should be able to identify what ion it is, okay? So we're going to look at the different ions and what colors they make, and I'm going to tell you a story. So it's story time. What's the story at Balamory? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, this story, you see, is not set in Balamory at all, okay? It's actually set in a snowy condition where there's a lot of snow, and as you can see, it's snowing. So there's lots of snow falling, and so the first question that I'm going to ask you is, would you, ladies and gentlemen, eat yellow snow? So you got some yellow snow here. Question is, would you eat yellow snow? And the answer is, nah, you would not eat yellow snow. So what we know from here, based on the story alone, is that sodium ions will give off a yellow flame. Right. Next, what you need to know is this story is about a murder story, okay? Unfortunately, it's a very sad story. And this guy here, he is the killer, right? He is the killer. So if you take this letter here, the K, and here's the I, right? If you take ILA, you can rearrange that to what color? Lilac. That's correct. So potassium will have a lilac color. Now the killer ends up getting away, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. He gets away, which is always a tragedy, but he gets away in a red car, okay? So the witnesses saw that the killer gets away in a red car. So what you should be able to see is that calcium will give off a red flame. Now while all of this happens, a police officer comes, right? A police officer comes, and here's my police officer, and he comes and he stumbles upon the murdered victim. Unfortunately, he stumbles across the murdered victim. Let's draw a victim here. Let's draw a victim here, all bloody, unfortunately, right? Oh my goodness. And so the copper here, the police officer, the copper, he sees the victim, and his face ends up, he feels really sick after seeing this, and his face turns a blue-green color, and he's about to throw up. And so copper, this copper here, copper has a blue-green color when you add it to a flame. Blue-green color. Now I hope this story helps you to remember the ion tests, especially the flame tests, and just practice going through this story, and those are your flame tests done. And I'm going to stop this here just to keep it nice and sweet.